Hey guys, welcome back to the High School Fools podcast. This is episode 10. I'm your host, Franco.
I'm your host, Sophie.
The spooky season is upon us. Today we're going to be talking about spooky stuff and sorts. If you're a first-time viewer, take a seat, grab a blanket, enjoy the episode. If you're a returning viewer, thank you for tuning back in. We know it's been a while, but we're excited for this month and future episodes we have planned. Sophie, you want to introduce the various guests we have today?
Sure. So we have two returning guests.
Hello, I'm Luna.
And I'm Estrella.
And we have two brand new guests.
I'm Damariz.
And I'm Denise.
Okay, so one of the first things that we're going to be talking about is phobias. So who would like to go first?
Okay, I'm gonna start it off pretty on a weird note or whatever, because my phobia isn't really I haven't heard anybody, have it, but I don't even think there's an actual term for my phobia, but people have called it like corner phobia, and essentially it's literally just the fear of corners and doors, because or what's behind doors, because when I was younger, my brother would always have me watching scary videos, and it would always be like Five Nights at Freddy's. And so obviously behind the door it's an animatronic, and I was really scared of the dark too. I have what is it called? Do you guys know the name for phobia?
Claustrophobic?
No, for phobia.
That's the other one.
Of the dark.
Phobia of dark.
I
Yeah.
actually don't know that.
Okay, well I also have a fear of the dark or whatever. But yeah, I'm very scared because you don't know what's behind doors. You can open the door when you're getting out of the shower or something, or getting out of the bathroom, and you don't know what's behind it. Same with corners. When you turn a corner, you don't know what's behind that corner. You don't know what's waiting for you. So for the longest time, I was I would peek over corners completely first. But yeah, that's my phobia, guys. Let me know if you guys have the same one. Would you want to take it?
Next?
Yeah, I have a phobia of ledges. Not of falling or of heights at all, because I've gone on rappels and zip lines and stuff like that. I'm fine with that. It's just cliff sides, extreme fear. I get shaky, I tense up, and that's bad because you're on a ledge. If you get shaky, you just shake off of it. It's not good.
Shake off of it?
Yeah, because you're tense, so you might trip.
Oh, yeah.
So
It's not
it's
good.
a fear of tripping?
No, it's a fear of ledges, just being around cliff sides and stuff like that.
So heights?
Not of heights, because if I'm safe, if I'm not in any fear of falling, and near a ledge or something like that, I'm fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the fear of just, oops, well, I could just die there. It's very specific, but I encountered it surprisingly a lot. It's go hiking.
Sophie, do you want to go?
Sure. Well, my fear, I think it's bad that we don't know the actual name of our fears. I think we should know this information. But it probably has some weird name. But my fear is fear of cockroaches. And the thing is, I can hold snakes. I can hold how do you say it? Tarantulas. Oh, I could hold those, and I love animals, but cockroaches are the one thing that I do not like. They're just so disgusting. And this fear that I got was because of my dad. When I was 8 years old, he found this big ginormous roach. It was this big. And he grabbed it with his hands, and he started chasing me around the whole entire house with it, telling me to touch its antennas. And I remember I went in a corner, and I couldn't escape. I couldn't escape anymore, and he was telling me that he wasn't gonna leave until I touched the tiny antennas of it. So I was just screaming and crying. I was just no, I don't want to touch it. And then he put it super close to my face, and then that's when I just he grabbed my finger and I touched it. And I remember feeling my body get so cold. I think I was gonna faint. And well, yeah, from that day on, my dad even cut it in half too. I don't know what he was trying to do. He was just trying to scare me. And well, yeah, that's my fear. And now every time I see a roach, I just I get so scared, and I can't step on them either, because I don't know, they're too big. The big ones, they're just weird. I don't like them.
Jesus.
I'm traumatized.
Did he ever apologize?
Well, he just thought it was a silly prank, silly joke,
Does he
So
know how
no.
much it affected you?
I would start having bad nightmares. I remember 4th of July, we were walking to the park to see the fireworks show, and I remember seeing 5 cockroaches just randomly crawl, and I remember I just started crying. And
The cockroach just spelt out your name?
And I remember like the day that I went to sleep, I had a dream that like I died, and the coffin that in which they buried me was full of roaches, and like I was buried alive, and like cockroaches were just crawling on me. So I'm just like they're like stuck. But yeah, that's I hate roaches.
I think this is an issue you have to address with your father.
Yeah. Didn't know this was the therapy episode.
Okay, so I have a fear of rats or mice or like I don't know any like they can be tiny, they can be no just rats, I feel like I'm fine with anything else, but rats are really scary to me. They disgust me kind of. Some people find them cute, but I don't. This all started from a very young age. It's because like I was like in Mexico, and it was like the warm season, and like around that time like there's a lot of like roaches, rats, snakes, all that type of stuff. And you know, back then like I didn't really fear that stuff. Like I don't know, I would find them cool. But this one time like I was sleeping, you know, oh my god, it even scares me right now thinking about it.
They're not here. You're safe.
It creeps.
You're fine.
It just creeps me out so much. But like I was sleeping, and like I had a really long blanket. Like my blanket would kind of like touch the floor, and like I was sleeping peacefully, and like our house was like kind of like like they had rats. Our house had rats, and like. And there was like baby ones, like the really tiny ones, and there was like the medium ones, and then like the mom,
ones?
and then like the mom or like the dad, whatever.
The just right ones.
And like, oh, this one time like I was just sleeping, my blanket was like touching the floor, and like I think like a rat like it like went up and like it crawled like across me. So like I was just sleeping, and the thing like went on me, and like that was really really scary. Like I remember like I just felt it. I just felt like something like immediately like passed me like my body, and I like threw my blanket, and I I fell on the floor. And I moved to my sister's bed because I was sharing like a room with my sister, and I went to her bed. I was like, Betty, like, and like that's my sister's name, and like yeah.
That's what the rest call.
And I just explained like what just happened, and she was like scared too. So like we just never, I don't know.
You never slept.
We never. No, we don't like let our blankets touch the floor because like it's like a fear of ours now. Yeah.
Wait, can I say something?
Yeah.
Wait, this happened in Mexico, right?
Yes.
Because this is a quick story, and then we can move on to Franco. But I think like rats in Mexico are just built different, because like the way that we view rats in New York, that's how I view them like in Mexico. But like the reason I say this is because one of my newborn cousins in Mexico, he like one day my tia noticed that his socks were like chewed on. And keep in mind, this is a newborn baby, so like how is that even possible? And they make sure to wrap the baby like in a safe way, you know. There was literally no one to be chewing on his socks too. And one time they woke up to the baby crying, and it was a rat that was chewing on its little tiny feet. And yeah, they had to take him to the doctor and all that. So that's why I say like rats in Mexico, they're crazy.
They eat babies.
Yeah.
I don't know, they were like actually like blood coming out,
Like it was chewing its little like toes,
like toenails too.
like the socks, the sock.
Weird detail.
I'll ask my tia. Yeah, Franco, what is your phobia?
We come back to that because I feel like I don't have much to talk about. I think Denise has something she
Okay.
wants to say.
So, my like phobia is, I don't know, I don't like ants. Like
Ants?
they scare me so. Yes, but like the like clumped up ones where like there's just a whole
Like a
crowd of
colony.
them. Oh my god, I hate that so much, and I hate that like I can't like clean it. Like I don't know how to explain it, but that scares me. And then I remember in Mexico, like, have you ever seen those big red ants? And have you
The fire
ever
ants or which ones?
Yeah,
Oh.
like wait, I don't know, but
Not the fire ants, but the Mexico chunky ones.
yeah, they're so big. And I remember like they would crawl up on me and they would bite you, but it hurts so much. But yeah, I don't like ants, and I don't like cockroaches either, because I was told when I was small that they were eating my head.
You want to explain that?
I don't know if it's true, but my brother told me, he was like, oh yeah, when you were small, there's cockroaches eating your head. So like, I'm really scared of cockroaches. But yeah, I don't know if it's true or not, but I don't like insects like at all.
I mean, I probably don't think it's true. It's just your brother being mean.
I know because my dad did say it too, like some cockroaches were eating my head. And
What does that mean?
Like I don't,
Dad's-
but the big ones too. So I don't know if it's true, but like just the idea.
Denise, I have a question for you.
So random.
If you're ever hyper and someone tells you that you have ants in your pants, does it trigger you?
No, but if someone's like, there's ants right there, I like jump. I'm like, where?
Oh,
Yeah. I don't like ants, but yeah, that's
So ants, corners,
Ledges.
ledges, rats, and cockroaches. Those are the something that we cannot be next to in high school foods. What about you, Franco?
I mean, I don't feel like I have any normal ones. I'm not scared of anything. But if I was to be scared of something, hypothetically, it would be like, I remember when I was little, I forgot what triggered this. I think I watched The Matrix. And like something in my brain like just was unsettled by that. Ever since that point, like 5 years after that, I was maybe like 7 or something, around that time. I could not stop thinking about whether or not I was in a simulation. Like I would stay up at night, just thinking about the possibilities. Like there really is no way that you could know, or something besides that. Like just things that are out of control. Like the fact that a black hole could just open up and like within seconds, like the whole universe is. I mean, not the whole universe. The whole Earth is like swallowed up or whatever.
Yeah.
Because you can't really see black holes. You can only see like the area around it, whatever. But just stuff that like no matter what, there's no like police officer, there's no firefighter that's gonna save you. It's out of your hands.
Can I say something about that? I think that's more like of an internal fear, cause like the things that we mentioned, these are things that we can experience, but these are things that like in our head. Cause I had a fear of like the end of the world. Like I swear, when I was 10 years old, I started watching all those videos. Like, oh, it's predicted to end this year, like an asteroid hitting. Those were always my fears.
The calendar.
Yes.
Dude,
Did you guys ever have a fear of the end of the world?
No, but this one girl in elementary school, she was like, there's a dinosaur on top of the roof. And that scared me so much. Like I went in the restroom and I was just in the stall because I was so scared. And then my cousin, I remember because my cousin would go to our school and I was like, did you hear about the dinosaur? And she's like, girl, what? Like what dinosaur? And like,
Did you hear about the dinosaur?
but yeah, I don't like when they mess with like, I don't know, just things like that. When you're so small and you don't know if it's true or not. I hate that so much.
I used to know Franco when he thought he was Neo from The Matrix. This was a real thing. I can attest to it.
I don't know what you're talking about. Damaris, I think Damaris wants to say something.
But this is like kind of like what Sophie was saying, but I also had a fear of like the world ending. I remember like in elementary school, like there was this one time. I remember the day. I don't remember the month. I think it was probably September too. But like it was the 18th of whatever month. I think this was like fifth grade. And I remember because I had the date memorized because I was so scared, but people were saying that day the world was gonna end, and I was like, I was trying to prepare myself. I
Carry around a water bottle.
I told my mom about it. No. Around that time, we had like it was mandatory for us to have like a backpack like for emergencies. Like you needed to have like a blanket, but like the ones that like the camping blankets, and you needed to have canned food and like all that stuff. I had my backpack ready.
I don't remember what,
I had
but
turned mine in.
I remember that being like a big thing all of a sudden a couple years
It
ago.
was in a pillowcase, no? Didn't you guys like do it in a pillowcase in elementary school? Where they had you guys put a bunch of like emergency items
No
in
pillowcase.
a pillowcase?
I don't remember it being a pillowcase, but I remember it being a thing.
Yeah, I think like California, like for some reason they decided like everyone has to be ready. It's coming.
Yeah.
I don't know what, but
Yeah.
Usually with the big one.
oh yeah.
Okay, well, yeah. They told us to have that ready, and I had my thing ready, and that's when like I heard that the world was ending. So that's why like I was so scared,
heard that the
and
world
like
was
I told
ending.
my mom about it, and like she was like, no, don't believe that, and I was like, I don't know who to believe. I don't know who to believe, and like
this
Dinosaur on
one
the
time, the
roof.
only reason that like I was kind of like okay about it, like afterwards, is because this one kid, he was like, I don't think the world is gonna end that day. He's like, I don't think the world's gonna end that day because in another country, it's gonna be a different day. Like,
Oh my god.
It
You're
made
so
sense.
smart.
it made so much sense to me, and I was like, bro, you're so right. The world is not ending.
What was I
And-
worrying about?
But yeah, that's my story.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I don't know what year you guys thought the year was, or like the world was gonna end. But I honestly, I'm kind of like every typical teenager or whatever, where I genuinely didn't think I was gonna make it to senior year. First of all, because I thought like something was gonna happen, like the world was gonna implode on itself, like in, the movie 2012. I never watched it, but I know the Aztec calendar ends in the year 2012, so everybody was convinced that the world was gonna end. For me, I think the year that I genuinely thought like the world was just gonna like stop, like cease to exist, like I thought we were just gonna disappear, honestly, was 2016 when the killer clowns were loose or whatever. I genuinely thought that was gonna make like a purge happen, and it was just gonna be like turn into a butterfly effect, and we were just all gonna die, and like the killer clowns were gonna take over. Cause like, did you guys hear all the crazy shit that they did, or all the crazy stuff that they did? Yeah, I remember like I was in elementary school. It was like 2016. Do you guys remember what grade we were in? We were for fourth grade. Fourth grade. I remember I went over to like the preschool section of the school. There was a bunch of kids outside, and they were like looking outside, and they were like, "There's a killer clown on the loose. There's a killer clown walking down the street." And I was so scared. Like I think that was definitely a phobia. When they were around, that was 100% a phobia, because I thought like they were gonna find me, come into my house, and like kill me, murder me. But yeah, I remember like I was like by the street trying to like look at the killer clown just so I could catch a glimpse of what I have to face off one day, you know what I'm saying? But no, there was no killer clown. People were just like blowing out of proportion. But it was a really scary time as a fourth grader having to deal with those killer clowns.
Bad time to be a fourth grader.
Bad time to be a fourth grader, 100%. And I think one time like I think I just got on Instagram, and I remember someone texted me on like a killer clown account. And they were like, "You're next." And I think I deleted Instagram after that, and I didn't get it until 6th grade. So yeah.
I think like 2016 was just a year for like being scared of stuff.
Mhm.
Cause I know here like we had Trump, so that was like the overall
Oh, yeah.
fear.
I was gonna mention that. I don't know. I mean, it's definitely not that well known because, I mean, where we came from, mainly Hispanic school. But the night of the election, I remember the next day when Trump won, I was like, everyone, it wasn't just me, everyone was like, the world's gonna end. Like, we were born here, but we're gonna get deported somehow. It's over for us. We're never gonna see our family. We're gonna be separated. And it was horrible. Everyone was terrified. Because we were just little kids and we didn't understand.
But I remember specifically, I was in my class in 4th grade, and we had our film teachers. We had 2 film teachers that would teach us about stuff, and one of them was from Bangladesh, and the other one was from, I think, Puerto Rico. And everyone was so scared. Like, I remember we were watching the whole thing, like, happen. Like, what was it? Like, he was, like, officially president now. And everybody was crying. One girl, her mom voted for Trump. And we know this specifically. And she was just like, "I'm so sorry." We're like, "No, it's not your fault. It's not your fault." I don't think her mom spoke English. I don't think she knew who she was voting for. But we were just like, "No, it's not her fault." Her mom was the sweetest. She did not know. She was just voting for it. She was like, "Oh, he dijo que iba a ayudar a las mujeres." We're like, "No, he did not." But it was just like a fear in that classroom, and the atmosphere was so tense. Everybody was crying. 2016 was just a year.
Speaking on Donald Trump, I don't know about your guys' parents, but my mom like grew up Republican somehow. In Salvador, she grew up Republican. And so I'm so sorry guys, but my mom is like strong like Trump supporter. I don't know why, guys. She keeps saying it's about the economy. I'm like, "Mom, let's be serious right now. Let's be for real." But no, it's gotten to the point where like, well, okay, she's not like a big, like she doesn't have flags or whatever, like fucking MAGA or like Trump 2024 or anything. But the thing is, she's so keen on keeping her Republican beliefs that every time Trump comes on the TV or something, my entire family addresses him as her dad. Like she literally calls him Papa Trump. Like that's literally what she calls him. And I'm like, Mom, he does not care about you. Blah 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 blah. But yeah, it's become like a little like ongoing joke within my family. Like anytime he comes on or anytime something like happens to him, he's on an interview. They're like, oh, your dad like went on an interview and he couldn't answer questions. Like they try to kind of make her feel bad about her decision, which rightfully so. But yeah, that's just something that like we have to deal with within my family. Like she's not even like a citizen yet, but.
I don't know if you guys keep up with like internet news, but there's like a super popular podcast called Call Her Daddy, and it's like the host is like this feminist, and that's kind of the whole episode. That's what it's centered about. And recently, Kamala Harris was on an episode. So I think this means that we have to have Donald Trump on the next High School Fools podcast
Papa
episode.
Trump and stuff.
Papa Trump. We'll email him. We'll reach out, see if he accepts. But yeah, I just saw that yesterday. And I was like, that's crazy.
Well,
Vice President.
have you seen the Aiden Ross with Donald Trump thing?
Yeah.
That looks like if it was made out of AI. Like that's not real.
I think it's just. I mean, I don't know if you how much you know about this, but like the Nelk Boys, like these internet frat boy YouTubers, they've been on YouTube forever, and they've been like with Trump forever. Because like you know people, and then they know people. Like I think how they met Donald Trump was through UFC, the president of UFC, Dana White. But the point is, like, they just, like, they know people that know people, and they just somehow got in contact with Trump, and they're just, like, huge, like, what's a proper way to say it? I don't know a better way to say it. They're huge meat writers, and extremist supporters.
Yes, man.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, Donald Trump doesn't have a problem with having them around, but they'll just meat write him like all day long, and that's how they're so cool with him. And that's like how I think Aiden Ross got on, because Aiden Ross didn't say a single like political thing.
It was so random.
I think.
Oh, they say like, well, I don't know. Well, actually, I'm saying they, but I don't really know who. No, I guess it's the dinosaurs on the roof. That I guess the reason so many political figures are looking to like the younger popular creators is because of the younger audience. But like, let's be for real. Who is watching Bryce Hall or like Aiden Ross and is like actually actively looking into politics and stuff like that? Which is why I think it's kind of like, I don't know.
I think that's kind of the point. Like, you don't know anything about politics, so you're gonna see, I like Aiden Ross, I'll vote for Trump. Just because like the association.
Let's think about his actual viewer count. Like, who do you guys think actually watches Aiden Ross?
That is able to vote?
Yeah.
Probably like a solid 40%.
I don't think they know how to register, even if they're like over 18.
I don't think they're all in college. He has like, what?
I need to
Like
register.
70,000 or something?
Yeah, but recently he's kind of fell off. I don't know though. I'm not really into stream culture.
Pull up the
You
stats,
guys
pull up the
wanna-
Can I
stats.
pull up the stats right now?
Going a little into politics, guys. We don't want to get canceled.
This is the spooky episode.
Yeah, we don't want to get canceled, but next episode we'll have Trump on.
Yeah.
Politics are spooky.
Politics, very spooky.
Politics are spooky.
It's scary. It's the future. It's like the decisions of everything. That's scary.
We switch over to ghost stories.
Ghost stories for
Do
you
you
want to wrap
guys
it up with
believe-
ghost stories?
Do you guys believe in ghosts? Do you believe in ghosts?
Who wants to go
I
first?
do believe in ghosts.
Damaris?
I believe in ghosts.
I do believe in ghosts.
I do believe in ghosts.
I do believe in ghosts.
I don't believe in ghosts.
Imposter.
We all shun him now.
You guys can all go ahead, and then I would say why I don't.
Okay, let me hold this. Who wants to go first with our first story? Who wants to start off?
Actually, I think I believe in ghosts, but I think there's like evil spirits. I don't know exactly if ghosts exist, but if ghosts are evil spirits, then like I guess I believe in them. But I feel like sometimes it's like just our fears too. Like we're just I don't know. I think I don't know.
Is there a
I
story
think I don't know anymore. I think I don't know anymore, huh?
Is there a story you want to tell?
I think it's all like tied into like the evil spirits. Like
That's what I'm saying. Why
I
do
don't
you
know.
feel
The
strongly about
bad
that?
vibes. Well, it's because I've had like experiences before where like
She's being so vague.
I know.
Superpowers?
There's something she can't say.
It's
no,
just scary.
no, it's not that. It's just like
You can
just
bleep it
thinking
out.
about it. No. Well, it's because like this one time.
She killed a ghost.
No. Well, this happened to my sister. No.
There was a ghost on your roof?
No. Well, it's because like in Mexico, our house we lived in, well there we had a house in Mexico and like we were there, and yeah, I mean so many traumatizing stuff happened there, but it was like a pretty big, it was like a big house, and I don't know, it was scary because we'd like hear stuff all the time, and this one time I think it was my sister that like brought in like whatever ghosts, evil spirits, I don't know. But she was watching a scary movie with my brother, and they were just watching the trailer, and then like all of a sudden they had like made some water, like agua fresca, and like they had the spoon inside the jarra, you know, to like yeah, and like they're watching the trailer, and then the spoon starts going around the thing, and like ever since that incident, that's when we've like heard things like going around the house. And like this one time, actually yeah, it's all coming back to me now. But this one time, I was just laying on the sofa watching TV, and like I had my hand like this behind the sofa, and like my hand was just hanging, and like all of a sudden I feel like a hand like touch me or like hold my hand, and then I'm like I get up, and like I'm pretty chill about it because I think it's my mom. And then like I go look around, and she's not there. She's like in her room sleeping. So then I go knocking at her door. I'm like, Mama, like, did you go outside and like touch my hand? She's like, no. She's like, no. And she was like the only one that was home. I don't know why I was home, but she was the only one that was home. So then I don't know what that was, and maybe that was a ghost. And I don't know why they were after me, but that's my story. Yeah.
I think Denise has something she wants to share. Oh,
I
let's wait for the bell.
think we could continue, no?
Mr. Are we going to continue? Okay, you go for it. Wait, cut. Okay. That's fine with us.
Okay. What was I gonna say?
The gnomes.
Oh, it's always in Mexico. I feel like there's a lot of like bad things that happen in Mexico. But when I was in Mexico, we live in like a 3-story house, and I don't know why, but in movies, like scary movies, it's always a big house. Like I don't know what it is, but it's always a big house. That's why I prefer like being in a small space. But like my dad told me this one time, and he told me right when we were gonna leave to Mexico. So he was like, oh yeah, when I was in the master bedroom, he said that these like he felt like a kid jumping on his body, and I was like, a kid? And then he was like, yeah, and I turned on like, because he was watching a movie on his laptop, and he turned on the laptop screen, and there was nothing there, but he felt like someone like grabbing him and like pushing him down on the bed. And then I was like, that's not real. And so but my dad told me that story, and then like I didn't believe it. And when I went to Mexico, I live with my cousins, and they're like, oh yeah, we live, because this is in a village. He's like, we live like next to a cross, so our street like makes a cross, and if you walk over there, you're gonna see La Llorona. And I was just like, I was so small, and I didn't believe it.
How old were you?
I was like, I think like 8.
Damn, it's always when we were 8.
I know. And then I was sleeping this one time, and we were in the living room, and my brother, he came in crying, and he said that he saw something in the window, and like it was this cry, like this horrible cry. And I remember like I slept with my brother. That's why I'm like, I always sleep. Well, I got used to sleeping with my brothers because I didn't want to separate from them. But it was so scary. Oh my God, it was so bad.
Wait, so what did he think he saw?
He saw like a white, like a, I don't know, like a ghost kind of.
Like a white sheet?
Yeah, like I don't know, cause it was dark, and we had like it was those scary windows.
It's sometimes not even like what you see. It's just like the aura that
Yeah,
you feel, like
like
that
the
feeling that you get.
Yeah. I was super I was super scared, and I couldn't even sleep. Like I couldn't, and I've been scared ever since. Like
You haven't slept since?
No, I didn't sleep. And
slept for 8 years.
and my cousins, they were like, "Oh yeah, we have a gnome in the house," and I was like, "Really?" And
Oh,
they're
that's
like,
just a gnome.
"Yeah, it's a gnome. Like he just runs around. Like just try to ignore it." And like in my head, I was like, "What?" But yeah,
I
Oh,
feel like-
that's just Phil.
I feel like that would make it believable if
Yeah.
you're like careless about it. Because if you're like, oh my god, there's a gnome, like be careful.
Yeah,
like you'll
no.
probably be like, nah, like
No,
you're just
he-
joking. But if they're like being careless about it, it probably means they're not
yeah,
lying.
yeah. That's why I was so scared. But
It's like those
I-
old YouTube videos that would be like, guys, Among Us is calling right now. No, it's not.
but yeah. So apparently there's a gnome. I don't believe it now, but I did believe it
Oh,
when I was there.
Hearing like ghost stories and like just freaky stories from everyone.
stories.
Oh, spooky. Sorry, spooky.
We don't use
Spooky.
that, the F word.
Yeah, sorry guys. Different context. But what's it called? Stories like this always kind of freaks me out because it's so crazy. Like these things genuinely happen to people, and fortunately, I've never experienced anything like out of this world, and I'm really glad I haven't. Because if I did like see like a ghost just pop up in front of me, I don't know what I would do. I feel like I always went over these scenarios. Like if I see a ghost, I'm gonna be like, I'm not scared of you. I'm gonna show it who's boss or whatever, because that's what my mom would always say. Because I think we all know this. Like typical Hispanic moms are very religious. They believe in ghosts, they believe in evil spirits and stuff like that. And you gotta obviously cleanse yourself and bless yourself so you can maintain distance from those evil, negative vibes. But one thing that one story I do remember comes from my mom, and it was before I was born. It was when it was just my eldest brother, my dad, and my brother or my mom in the house. And basically in my house during that time we had about 3 rooms. And so my parents were sleeping in one of the rooms that was like kind of farther away. And one night my mom woke up, and they would all sleep together, my brother, my dad, and my mom in one room. And one time my mom woke up like late at night. I don't know what time it was, but she told me that she woke up and she heard like someone playing in the living room. And she thought it was my brother because my brother was younger. I don't know how old he was. I think he was probably like 9 years old, probably younger. And she said she heard someone like playing around in the living room, so she got up because she thought it was my brother. Then she looks back at the bed and she notices that my brother's in the bed with them. And so she's like, oh my god, what is this? And my mom, she's very leader-like, and so she's not gonna let things like this happen in her household. And so she goes outside, doesn't see anybody in the living room playing around, so she's like, you know what, I'm gonna go to my room. And so she goes to her room, and in her bed she turns on the light and she sees like a lady just like sleeping there. She said that like the lady looked like an apparition, like she didn't look all the way there, but she was still there, and she was facing the other way so my mom couldn't see her face. And so my mom like backs up and like immediately starts praying. She's like, if you're a good spirit, you can stay. If you're a bad spirit, leave my house. And then after that, like I think she just went back to sleep, I'm not gonna lie. I think she went back to sleep because she was like, if you're good, you could stay. If you're bad, leave. And so in the morning after that, she just like, she literally just blessed the entire house. Like I said, I'm very fortunate to not have experienced like anything scary like that, but I do have a lot of like nightmares. I don't know about you guys, but I used to grow up having a lot of nightmares, and I remember them vividly, very vividly. But that was the one thing that my mom told me, that like for me, if I hear ghost stories, I genuinely get freaked out to where I cannot sleep, or I get so anxious about it. And it's because like I feel like I'm manifesting it in my head that it's gonna happen. That's why I'm scared of corners also, by the way, guys. In addition to my fear, is the reason I'm scared of corners because like just imagine someone peeking over the corner and just like looking at you. Like that would be so that'd be so scary. I'm not gonna use that word. But yeah, that's one of the
hands going over the corner.
Yeah, the hands going over the corner, and it's like that's scary. Like I don't want to see that. Like what am I gonna do? I'm gonna see it and immediately turn around. So yeah, guys, that's one of the scariest story that's happened in my household, and I think for the longest I was really scared. I used to swear that doors would close on like by themselves, but pretty sure it was just like the air pressure like closing the door. Like when you open one door like from the front and then the back door closes. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was just that. Yeah. But yeah, I try to like. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Oh no, I was gonna say that like every time something like scary happens, I try to like come up with a probable cause as to why it's happening. Yeah.
I kind of forgot what I was gonna say.
Oh.
But do you guys ever like believe something or think something in your mind and you like think it so much that you like feel like it's gonna happen, like you're gonna manifest it?
Yeah,
or, like
yeah.
if you tell yourself like I'm gonna open that door with my mind, you like think about it so much like that you open it, or like I don't know. It's happened to me before where like I think something's scary and then like I immediately feel like it's gonna happen. Like this is gonna happen. Like I should be prepared. Like something that's been happening to me a lot. It's like I'm just randomly like chilling and or like my sister like kicks my bed or something and then I'm like, oh my god, like that kind of felt like an earthquake. And then in my mind I'm like, an earthquake is gonna happen. I know it. Like an earthquake is gonna happen and then I'm just waiting for it. Then I scare myself so much. Like my heart starts beating really fast and I'm like, no, like get that thought out of your head. But like I don't know. That's what happens to me. I don't know about you guys. Yeah.
I think I can predict the future.
Okay.
I think I can. And the way to predict the future is that you have to, sometimes what you want, you have to like admit to yourself that it's not going to happen. And the reason I say this is because in Ms. B's class, it's a math class, right? She has a little box with numbers, right? And you get chosen. So if I'm number 19, so if she picks out number 19, I have to do the equation in front of the whole entire classroom, right? So I know when I'm going to get picked and I know when I'm not going to get picked. And the reason is like in my head, I just know. So there was this one day where I was like, I'm not going to get picked today. I'm just not going to get picked today. I know that for a fact. And she picked out like different numbers. And keep in mind, there's like 25 students. So out of the odds, it's like 25, you know. So I'm using math too in this, you know. I'm technically doing math in math class, but for the wrong things. But the next day, I was like, I'm going to get picked today. And she doesn't take away numbers or anything. But I was just like, I know I'm going to get picked today. And I had no idea what was going on in that math class. Like, I just knew. I accepted my fate. I was like, I'm just going to get picked today. And then I did get picked. And I was the first pick, too. So I was like, damn, like, I can predict the future, but I have to be chill about it. I can't be too cocky about it. Because if I'm too cocky about it, then it's going to stop happening. So I just have to, like, keep it to myself. Well, I already revealed it, so maybe my powers got taken away right now.
Wait, so it's like that when you're, like, waiting for a loading screen and, like, you just pretend not to care and, like, it loads faster?
Yes.
That's the type of vibe?
Yes.
No, because Sophie, like, literally, like, her thing was, like, the paper was taking it out of the box. She's like, I'm getting picked. And then she did get picked, and she was like, God damn it, I knew it.
And I just, like, I don't even know what I did. I think I just, like, said random numbers.
Sophie,
It was all wrong.
how many views is this episode gonna get?
For what?
How many views is this episode gonna get?
And how many days?
How many days?
Yeah.
7.
In 7 days, it's going to get 127.
Ooh.
In 7 days. We'll see. Why don't you believe in ghosts,
Why don't
Franco?
I believe in ghosts? Good podcast transition. I think I just never experienced anything that would make me think that way.
So you think...
What videos?
Like ghost story or ghost videos and stuff like that? Like
All the ghost
paranormal?
videos, all those stuff that I've seen, it's like, welcome back to top 5 videos in today's video. And then it's like, this video of a chupacabra, and it's like some guy in a costume. It's like some Indian guy who's very obviously in a costume.
So you think if it doesn't happen to you, then it's not true?
Not necessarily. I think cancer exists. I've never had cancer.
You said if you don't experience. So if you were to experience
I think
something,
specifically with ghosts, yes.
you don't think you'd be logical about it if you were like to see, I don't know.
No, I
someone,
have been. Like there
a
has been
ghost?
experiences like where I heard some knocking or something, but I just like I think about what would
Ignorance is bliss. It might have been a
It might
spirit.
have been a ghost.
It might have been a ghost.
It wasn't the tree branch. It was a ghost. Maybe you're right. I guess I've just never seen anything. It's like I've heard stories,
Yeah.
but nothing like that was like, yeah, that's the one. I don't know.
You're next. The spooky season.
It's coming for me. Did Luna go?
No, I did not. So half the reason I believe in ghosts is because I think it's cool. Because there's no other reason. There's no reason not to. I haven't had any bad experiences really. I've kind of had one, but the one that I most remember was the cat. I had this little cat named Blackie, and it was a little litter. I was 3.
Blackie. Okay.
I didn't know English. I knew my colors and like my
Bit
shapes.
controversial.
Oh God.
It was a cat. It was black.
Okay. Go ahead, Queen.
But and its sibling named Diego after the cat from Ice Age. But this cat sadly got ran over. And it was really sad. I would really love this cat. Yeah, it was really sad. But I remember one time it was at night, and I remember checking that the doors were locked because my dad asked me to check if the doors were locked before I went to bed. And I wake up like in the middle of the night, and it's just see my cat Diego on top of me, and I'm like, what the hell? How'd you get in? And I specifically remember like
Sorry, it's Diego and Blackie.
That's it. How come one of them gets a name? That's what I mean. Blackie didn't deserve a name.
he did have a name. It was Blackie.
Wait, what fur coat was Diego?
Diego, it was like a tabby,
Translate.
like a generic gray kind of cat with like different colors, kind of spots.
So closer to white.
Closer to white, yeah.
No, like
Alright.
gray. No, it's because he looked like Diego from Ice Age,
Oh.
Who's Diego from Message?
the saber-toothed tiger.
Also, he was
His name's Diego?
Yeah,
Why they name him that?
I didn't know his name was Diego.
because that was my favorite character in Ice Age, and I love Ice Age. But tangent. So I go and I'm like, okay, wait, let me take this cat outside. And I see specifically like my cat Blackie, and I'm like, why are you here? And it's leading the other cat back outside, and I see it like phase through like the little screen door we had. I'm like, oh, okay, that's not right. And then the door like goes open, like it phases through, and then it opens the door, and the cat goes out, and I'm just like, okay, well that's nice, goodbye. And I said my goodbyes to my cat, and I felt really sad because I was like, god damn it, I missed my cat. So I hugged my other cat, I said my goodbyes, and I went back to sleep. Because it wasn't anything bad. I was just like, I just missed my cat. I haven't really had many bad experiences with like ghosts, like kind of stuff. So I think like if it's nice to see them. It's something that you miss. It's something that's gone now. But you know, it's nice to think that there's something that still stays behind. Have had one scary story though. Well, kind of scary. I was at Bible camp, and there was like a circle of like everybody in the group. Sorry.
Oh, no, it's okay.
It was like a circle of everybody. I get dramatic when I have the bell sleeves. But there was a circle of everybody sitting down, and they were all talking about, like, they had a campfire, and they were talking about Jesus. And I'm not religious. I had no business in Bible camp. I don't know what I was doing there. And I was like, I'm going to leave. So I just left into the woods because I was bored. And there was, like, a good walk away. There was a really big cross.
Have you not learned anything from the scary movies? Not to go
I
to
had
the
a
woods?
flashlight, and it was a good flashlight. Not
one
those
dead.
cheap,
First one.
not those cheap, really bad like flashlights that have in horror movies. It was a good flashlight, and I was like, I'm bored. I'm just gonna go into the woods. So I told my friends where I was going. I told them I would shine my flashlight towards their way every while. I didn't think they cared really. They were just like, okay, whatever. So I went to see the really creepy cross that was like a good walk away. And I was like, okay. And I was just sitting there. It was really quiet. It was really peaceful. It was a really nice experience, actually. The woods were not creepy at all. I walk back, and I walk back. I'm seeing that no one's there anymore. I'm like, God damn it. And I'm really scared to be in, like, a place alone. I don't like being alone, generally. So I'm just like, oh, well. And I walk around one more, and I try to walk back to where we were going, because it was a good walk away from our cabin. Like a good walk away. And I'm getting kind of panicked because I don't know where I'm going. And I feel a hand just grab my leg. Like, I'm wandering back to where, like, around where the cross is, because that's where I knew I was going. Like, that's where I knew the area. And I feel a hand, like, grab my leg, like, specifically grab it.
This is
And
while
I
you were
fall.
walking?
Which leg?
Huh?
Which leg?
My
Wait,
right
so
leg. No, I can't.
Did it, like, pull you, or did you just felt like a hand?
I just felt it grab me, and then I fell.
Oh.
You fell down?
And then what?
And then I got up, and I was like, ugh, I'm just going to ignore it. If it didn't happen, it didn't happen. And I walked back to camp, and I was just looking up.
You didn't start running?
No.
Run?
No.
Oh
I
my
was like,
God.
if I didn't,
Oh my goodness.
you know, kind of like those like Appalachian stories where it's like, you didn't see anything. You saw nothing.
Oh, if you
You, if you hear something, no, you didn't. No, I didn't. Nothing happened. And then I walked back. And I walked back, and I got to my cabin, and I was like, don't go in the woods. There's something in there. It was out for me.
What do you think would have happened if you like actually like you said yes, something did grab me? You think you would have gone insane or what? Like you would start running?
insane.
I would have run and fell and then like messed myself up. So I think I was just like, okay, I'm good. No, nothing happened.
Both legs.
Did you turn around?
Dragged back
Did
into
you
the
turn
woods.
around?
Huh?
Did you turn around?
No,
Ah.
no. I was just, I'm going there. It's straight there. I just convinced myself there was nothing. I didn't feel anything.
Dude, I had, because she mentioned cats, I had 14 cats before.
Okay.
And and we recently like gave them away, but I'm so used to hearing noises, and I've been hearing noises, but I remembered I don't have my cats anymore. Like, I only have one, and when I would hear noises, like, I wouldn't care. Like, I think like the cabinets would move or something like that, or my window like would creak. And then yesterday, I got really scared. I
Just
was
in time
doing
for the
homework,
episode?
and my window was open. 'Cause my window like takes off. It doesn't like go up.
Don't
you have
say that.
you have to take
Don't
it off.
say that.
So I took off my window, and it was just like the spring, and it was moving, and I got so scared, and I was doing homework, and usually like when I do homework, I take out everything, so I get my pencil bag, and I get everything out. So I had my pepper spray, and I was sitting doing homework, and I heard the noise. And I grabbed my pepper spray because it just like kept, but it wasn't even like, it was like if someone was trying to take it off. And my uncle like told me, because it was my uncle's room before, and he was like, oh yeah, a homeless man like came here and was asking me for stuff, like, you gotta be careful, you gotta keep that window closed. And I was like, my uncle's gonna like, he's gonna kill me. So I was just hearing the noises. This was yesterday. I was hearing the noises, and I grabbed my pepper spray. Like, I twist it to like spray it. I'm like, okay, I'm about to go, and then my cat comes inside. And I was like, oh my god.
Pepper sprays a cat.
It was.
Oh, I'm so sorry, but literally the exact same thing happened to me yesterday about like with cats. I didn't have pepper spray though. I like, you know how the people talk about flight or fight? I literally had like fight right there. Like, I was so basically. Okay, so basically the thing is, I have one cat. His name is Toby. He's super adventurous. He's the only boy cat I have, and he's very big and very strong. And so on multiple occasions, he has taken off the screen of my window because he like leans on it, and like he leans on it so far that it falls off, so he can go outside. And then my other cats follow him around. And so what's it called? As of lately, he's broken it because he fell on top of it the last time he took it off, and so he broke it like kind of in half, so it doesn't like fully, you know, I guess stick to my door, or what is it, window frame. And so yesterday I was literally, I had it like kind of open, and I was chilling right next to the window, and I don't know if it was my cat or if, like, you know, obviously because I'm a very anxious person, so I always think the worst. That's how I like, you know, get better or whatever, like, you know. And so I heard him or something trying to open like my window, but like because my window has like those little locks so you can lock it so it doesn't move. So it was either him or someone trying to open my window, and I got so scared I didn't let any second pass. The second I heard that, I got up immediately, closed my window as fast as possible, locked it, like covered both of my windows with my curtains, and then I called that. Yeah, after that, then I got my gun and I just stared at the window. No, but another reason I'm very scared of anything dealing with my window is because my parents told me that one night they came home and they saw someone trying to open like the front side, because I have two windows, one in the front, then one that faces the front of the house, and another one that faces the side. And they said that there was someone trying to get into the one that was in front. And after that, I'm genuinely terrified of opening my window. But luckily, I feel like I live in a pretty safe neighborhood. I live in the suburbs surrounded by the ghetto. No hate though. No hate. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Well, I was gonna say, I don't want to disclose this information because it's kind of private, but I do have a similar story with just crime, I guess, around the house, and I live pretty close to Star, so I don't think it's a very good area.
What? Oh.
Yeah, I don't know if I've told you this. I'll tell you this after, but yeah, it's a.
I think I know.
It was like a year ago or something, but yeah, it's not a. It's there's a fair share of crime, but yeah, that makes sense.
I don't think nowhere is safe.
Nowhere.
No.
Not near here.
No.
Nowhere near here.
Nowhere near.
Maybe like Norway.
Oh wait, no. What, Iceland or something? Yeah, Iceland is like the.
It's not Sweden.
Oh yeah, is it Sweden or is it Norway?
I think Sweden.
They're like top
I think
5.
Sweden has like the best prisons. Or
Yeah.
something.
Oh, Dubai too, because like everyone's rich in Dubai, supposedly.
But are they happy?
Yes. If I was rich, guys, I'd be happy.
No, but
That's why we have to get 200 views first date.
no bankruptcy laws in Dubai for people that aren't citizens. So a lot of people, it's just like a lot of abandoned cars, like really expensive luxury cars, like a ton of stuff like that, because people go like bankrupt pretty immediately. if they don't regulate how they're doing spending their money, and it's really weird with the laws in Dubai if you're not a citizen.
It's just fun fact. We're just about reaching an hour in the recording. Do you want to wrap this up, Sophie?
Is there anything else that you guys would like to share?
Final comments, final stories.
Skinwalkers?
I want to talk about my cats.
Just for fun?
Yeah.
All right, shout out to you.
Shout out to my cats, guys. No, I just wanted to add on to what Luna was saying and to what Denise was saying about cats is, you know how you saw your cat like go through the screen door and stuff, and like, you know, your cat unfortunately passed away. Well, actually a few days ago I had a dream that my cat died, and I woke up hyperventilating like to the max. Like I actually thought she had died because like in the dream my boyfriend had like literally cracked her neck. And so it's because I don't know how to explain it, I'm not gonna lie. Basically, you just imagine that all of my cats were sick and they had to die, and we couldn't go to the hospital. So I had him crack their necks because one of the cats was actually like really sick, and the other cat, Tuli, she wasn't, but he cracked her neck, and so she was kind of like in half, like she was kind of like limp, but she was still alive. And I was like, wait, why did you do her? She's not dying.
No, not that one.
Not that one, yeah. And basically after that, I took her to the hospital or whatever. Like I tried taking her to the hospital, but then I woke up. But yeah, I was like very scared. Like I was trying to like hold her neck so that she wouldn't move it, and like it was a horrible experience. And I woke up and I immediately started cuddling her because like
No. Immediately you cracked her neck.
No, I got so scared. I thought she had actually died, and like I'm not gonna lie, she's a really big bitch to like in everyone, but in that moment, like I genuinely started breaking down. Like I thought I had for real lost her, and like she's like super bitchy to everybody except me, and those are like the best type of cats, you know, best type of people. But like yeah, it was really scary, guys.
It's funny how death would do that to you.
My cat's neck did get cracked.
Oh.
When she was a kid, she got attacked by a raccoon, I think. But no, your cats could be fine after that.
Really?
Yeah, no, we took her to the vet. They were just like, if she's good, she's good. If she's not, she's not. Great vet advice. But we put her. It's this little tiny kid named Michis. And we wrapped her neck up, and every so often we'd give her like little massages, make sure she was sitting okay, make sure we would like feed her and okay, like she wouldn't asphyxiate or anything. And after a few months of rehabilitation, she's fine. Like she's fine. I know. So you could definitely, your cat could have definitely survived that in your dream.
I have one last spooky story. So
The final spooky story of this episode.
this one I think I was on call with you, but this is like a year ago, a year and a half. No, but this is so random. But before I had like the 14 cats, I only had like 3 or 4, and this one time I was sleeping with my grandma, but my grandma went to Mexico, so like her big room was all to me. So I slept in there, and my cats usually like go inside, and this one night one night I think the lights, cause her lights dim. Her room is really nice, but the lights are dim because I don't like sleeping with the lights off either. So this one time, I was trying to go to sleep, and I was on call with you, and then my cat comes in, and then another a yellow cat that isn't my cat came in the room, and they were running all over like my grandma's room, and they were throwing stuff, and they were just fighting. And then I was calling my brother. I was like, Anthony, like come here.
That was not mine.
That's not my cat. That's not my cat. And it was just running around. I was so scared, and then I was like, Anthony, like please come take it away. Like it might be sick. And it was going on like this is not it wasn't my bed. It was my grandma's bed. And my grandma would have been so mad, like if it had gone fleas on her bed. But the cat was just running around, and it wouldn't leave until my brother, he came in, and then I don't know why, he just left. Like he opened the door, and then he just left. He didn't help me at all. And then like I didn't know, like I just stood there like watching them fight. I didn't know what to do because I was in the sheets. Like I didn't know what to do, if I should cover it, I didn't know what to do. Until like my older brother, he came in and like he shooed them away, and then they left. And that was my story. But it was super stressful, like just watching them. Like it was so scary.
Super spooky.
I think cats are just a spooky
They're scary,
subject.
Yeah, That's what we've seen this episode. Cats are scary sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Well, sometimes they're just a little weird.
No, yeah, I think I've had a similar experience. Not with my cat, but my dad. Like, we locked him out on accident, and he jumped through my window, like, at 1 a.m. It was so scary. It was in my grandma's room, and he just jumped in there, and it was really bad. But, yeah. I hate being scared. But yeah.
I hate being scared. I think that's a good point to end it off. Yes? Do we concur?
Can she?
Go for it.
Okay. Well, you guys are talking about cats. Maybe it's related, maybe it's not. But skinwalkers. Do you guys know what skinwalkers
oh my
are?
God, so hold their tangents.
So I learned about skinwalkers in 6th grade,
Ooh.
and
No, bro. And also, you can't say their names or else you're summoning them.
No, I think you can
Oh,
say
I think you're
skinwalker,
right.
You can't say like the original, whatever the dialect is.
Oh.
Isn't that it?
Appalachian.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
it's
yeah.
called like a bukachuga.
All right, bro. What the fuck?
Probably racist.
Something like that.
Don't say it. First of all, you're like you're
Well, I don't
conjuring them
know
up.
it.
You're one of
I'll
them.
switch it up. Continue with the story.
okay, well, my brother had like brought it up. Like, I don't know, he just, I think he saw something like either on the news, but like fake news, or I don't know what it was.
You're watching the fake news.
I don't know.
None of this is real.
I don't know, but like he told me
Yeah, that was onion.
he told me about it, and I remember like after him telling me about like the
gosh.
skinwalkers, he said that it was like in this specific farm, like that they would like roam around or like shapeshift, because they're like shapeshifters. I don't know exactly what they are, but I know they
Was
shapeshift.
it Skinwalker Ranch?
And yeah, it's like a ranch.
I know about that. It's a real place.
Yeah.
I don't know about
And-
Skinwalker, but it's known for that.
Yeah, and I remember like of maybe like
Dinosaur?
I think like around that same time where I had like recently heard about the skinwalkers. It was October, and it was like I think it was Halloween in in class and our teacher like he was like, oh, do you guys have any scary stories to talk about? And this one kid, he was like, this one time, like I was in the woods. It was like I was gonna bring it up when you started talking about the woods. He was like, yeah, like, I was in the woods, and like I was with my brother, and like we were running around, or like I don't know, that they were like just there. But like I don't know, he like started explaining like a skinwalker. He was like, yeah, like there was this thing, like it changed. Like he was so like scared about it. Like when he was talking about it, he started crying.
The way that Denise talks about her cats.
The way she talks about ants.
Yeah. He was actually like genuinely freaked out and like scared, and he was like, yeah, and like then this happened. I can't remember exactly the story, but I remember his reaction. He was like, yeah, guys, like it's real, like this and that. And I was like, what? I was like watching, and I'm like, okay, like this is really scary. And yeah, I feel like I don't know, like skinwalkers, I still think about them to this day. I've seen.
Didn't you like text me one day saying that you saw
Yes.
At school?
It was a cat.
He's right there.
It was a cat, and I get to school super
Mr.
early.
Return into a cat?
No, I get to school really early. This was like sophomore year or junior. Sophomore year. This was sophomore. No, sophomore year.
Okay,
I think it was. I don't
You're
know.
correcting her
I don't
story?
know.
it's because you told me about it.
It was around that time, but there was a cat. It was a white cat. And
black,
it was
actually.
going up the stairs. So I get here super early. There was no one here. It was just me here. And my brother wasn't even coming here. So I was literally by myself. It was just me and like silence. And like there was this and there's a cat. There's like some stairs over there. And I saw the cat like going upstairs, and then I saw it like jump. And I was like, oh, like cute, a cat. Like I was gonna go see where it went. And the cat was not there. The cat disappeared because it like jumped into like this weird thing, and then like I don't see the cat anymore. But like I feel like I saw it like disappear.
You said that you saw like it had red eyes.
It had red eyes. It did have red eyes, and I'm not even joking about that. I feel like I
The cat
don't
was
remember. I can't remember if I don't know. I tried taking a picture of it, but like that's when like it disappeared.
You took a picture with your camera cracked?
No. No, but like I don't know.
Those security cameras. Were, like
It gets all blurry and stuff.
But like when I saw that, like I was so convinced that it was a skinwalker because I don't know, it felt like its body, like I saw half of its body and then the other one, like I did it and
The
then
other
like
side
had
was
red
its-
eyes and like I don't know. I thought I saw a skinwalker. I was genuinely scared.
First time that Damariz told me that story, that's the first time I've heard of like, how do you pronounce it? Skinwalkers. Like I thought she was
Saying
lying
too
to
much.
me.
Skinwalkers at Fireball. That's the title.
That's what it reminds me of.
Bro, oh my god, that stuff was scary. Because I would like, I don't know about you guys, but I would get like shoved into the restroom and then like locked in there.
Oh yeah, that happened to me too, man. Happened to me too.
Yeah. 'Cause I don't know, I just learned about this and then I think my sister, she like turned off the lights and then like locked me in there. I think I could have turned the lights on. Well, whatever. But the point is, I remember that whole Bloody Mary thing. It was popping back in the day. It was true.
Charlie too. No.
Oh, I did that like last year.
Oh my god. Hold up. I got it banned from my school, but it's because this one girl told on me and my friends, and then after that we got taken to the office, and they were like, yeah, they were like, Estrella's like talking to ghosts. Like it didn't even work, dude. Like I wasn't talking to anybody.
I don't know. With yeah.
My concept of time is gone because Luna keeps flipping this thing around.
I flip it when it's done.
Oh. Okay, that makes sense now.
How many times has it been done?
So that's
Yeah,
it, right?
or we could look at the time.
Which is an hour 10.
Yeah.
See over there. Actually, it's 11 times.
It's 11:10.
Okay. Spooky thing. Is that it? Are we good?
Does anybody want to share anything else?
I do have a few stories, but I'm a yapper. Like I can talk for.
I was just saying, for the sake of wrapping this episode up, we are planning on doing another more Halloween themed episode. If we can get the scheduling right. I mean, hopefully weekly episodes. But at this point, man, anything once a year content.
Limited edition. This is premium edition content.
But if there's no more final comments, questions, concerns, stories, I say we wrap it up here.
Sure.
Thank you guys for watching. This was kind of a yap fest. There's probably a couple bumpy parts in the episode that we have to edit out. But besides that, it went pretty smoothly.
Yeah.
Let me know what you think about my bald hair. If you noticed that, comment down below if you like it. If you don't like it, comment that too. The more comments, the better. Anything else?
I think that's
Like,
it.
comment, subscribe, share.
20 likes and we make a part 2. You don't think we'll get 20
If
likes?
not, we're
gonna
deleting
make-
the,
we're
we're
gonna-
deleting
yeah.
the channel. Besides that,
And remember the number that I said too. In 7 days, we're getting 127 views.
is that what you said?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mark my words.
Yeah, like, comment, subscribe, share, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Bye-bye.